World War III, port strikes, profit warnings, and so much more doom. Folks, if you want doom, if you want fear, there is no shortage of that this morning. Folks, I wanted you to remember something. We've talked about the end of the year being a buyer's market. We have talked about doing the work, having a buy box, all of those things. I just want you to realize that even if the headlines are scary, even if the headlines are terrible, our job is to keep level-headed, keep doing the work, and looking for opportunities to create great deals. Let the masses be afraid, put their head in the ground. Our job is to continue to do the work in the good times or the bad. Let's just get into some of the stuff I have read in the last 24 hours. And again, remember that our job never changes. It appears, based on some reports that I read this morning, that Israel has invaded Lebanon, or is planning to, depends on the articles you read, with ground troops. It appears that Iran is on the cusp of launching some significant missiles in retaliation for what has occurred. It is without hyperbole that World War III could be on the cusp. I mean, there is some activity going on that seems to be only getting worse. We should always hope for, pray for cooler heads and peace. But again, it seems to be going the wrong direction. How about the port strike? The port strike, the first one since 1977. Again, there was a proposal earlier in the week where the longshoremen were offered a 50% pay hike over 6 years, and they declined. Looks like the leadership is looking to grind the economy to a standstill. He put out a video on Instagram that has been reshared a bunch, basically trying to show, or actually showing, who has the power. In an economy that relies on just-in-time inventory, in an economy that has a holiday season around the corner, a port strike starting October 1st is perhaps the most damaging. Now, this was known for a long time, so hopefully car companies and the like have stocked up on inventory. This could potentially, depending on who you read, have an impact of $3 billion a week, according to the conference board, upwards of $5 billion a week, according to JP Morgan. So if we split the difference and call it $4 billion, not good. Again, the last proposal was a 50% wage hike. I believe the last I read is they're holding out for 70 or 77% pay hike. Again, that 50% was offered over a 6-year period. On top of that, we have started to see some profit warnings. Again, we've talked about real estate being slow heading into the end of the year. It should not be shocking that automotive and car companies are also sucking wind. We have Stellantis and Volkswagen issuing profit warnings, weak global sales, increased competition from Chinese rivals, and frankly, expenditures or expenses greater than cash flow from operations. Folks, that is not good. If you are not generating cash flow to cover your expenditures, you have negative cash flow. Think alligator in our real estate world, and you will be relying on debt and or cash. You may have cash that you can use, but yeah, not good. On top of that, Aston Martin also has cut production and lowered operating income. This is what happens when rates go higher. Housing slows down, cars slow down. It's part of the cycle. I do want to let you know about an important video that comes out at 2 o'clock today. If you own single-family rental homes, the 2 p.m. video is important. It was actually done with Casey from Brick by Brick Wealth. She indicated market of Memphis, Tennessee, that home rental rates are down 10%. Now, in my market of Fresno, California, we saw some softness 12 months ago. Looks like Memphis is having some softness now. I want to hear from my audience. If you are out looking to rent homes, you have a vacancy, are you seeing a 10% decline? Again, pretty significant, again, 2 o'clock today. I do want to congratulate 3 people for joining the number 3 ranked, soon to be number 2 ranked real estate investing school. I want to congratulate Michael, Lloyd, and Chris. All joined in the last 24 hours. Thank you for joining. We are now the number 3 ranked school, going to be number 2. I won't stop until we are number 1. Again, it is a mission and a passion of mine. We did get some economic reports that we should look at, and one of them is shocking. Our first of 3 jobs reports. Again, it goes JOLTS report, ADP, and then the big number on Friday. JOLTS report. Previously, last month was 7.67 million job openings. It was expected to tick up slightly to 7.69. Folks, we blew that number away. We are now over 8 million. So again, the first of 3 numbers, but we exceeded that. Is this a sign that the job market is once again stronger than the doomers expect? Is this a sign of part-time jobs versus full-time jobs? Is this a sign that the service sector is growing and not manufacturing? Lots of questions, but without hyperbole, that is a massive beat. We have gone down from 10 point something to sub 8, and now we just turned up and got the JOLTS report. We also got ISM manufacturing. ISM manufacturing, again, any number below 50 is contraction. This number last month was 47.2. It was expected to tick up slightly to 47.5. It actually came in flat at 47.2. So again, not growing, but not collapsing either. And then lastly, we got a number on construction spending. Construction spending was last month was negative 0.3. Estimate was for a flip to positive 0.2. It actually came in negative 0.1. So a little better than last month, but nothing near a positive number. So again, construction spending is down. Now, folks, I want to talk to you about our Las Vegas event. As you have heard me talk about the Vegas event, 15th and 16th, I am looking to fill the facility to a capacity of 400. I have a few weeks left where I can reduce the headcount to 300 and save tens of thousands of dollars. I need to make these commitments in the next couple of weeks. We have sold about 100 tickets already. I know the event is still 120 days away, but I have to ask a question. Who is planning to come but have not bought tickets yet? Please leave comments below. I know there's plenty of times to buy tickets, but I do need to make a financial decision in the next 10 to 14 days. I just want to know who is planning to come but has not bought tickets. Let me know in the comments below. I want to know if I should reduce the headcount to 300 and save some money. So again, please hear me. I would love to fill it up at 400. My mission is 400. I want to take that facility to the capacity. However, like you, I don't like wasting, I don't know, $10,000, maybe $12,000 if I don't have to. I got to buy all this stuff, pay for it ahead of time. So again, just do me a favor. Let me know in the comments below. If I get, I don't know, 25, 50 of you saying you're going to be there, but you haven't bought tickets yet, I'll just roll the dice. But I have no problem lowering it to 300 either. The event is obviously in Las Vegas, February 15th and 16th. It's at the Blind Center. You can go to the Eventbrite. The agenda's there, the activities, all of that is there. But anyways, thank you for that. What else do we got today? Oh, I want to talk about Brian Sullivan. Brian Sullivan, somebody I follow on X or Twitter. He put out a quote yesterday that you and I have been talking about for 2 years, maybe. There are two economies. There's one economy for asset owners and one economy for asset renters. Folks, my wealth formula that I've told you is ridiculously simple and works for everybody is as follows. You need to create discretionary income. Make more money, reduce expenses, or do both. You need to take those seeds of discretionary income and you need to plant them by buying assets. Now, I strongly recommend when you buy assets, you become elite. I don't care if it is classic cars, Beanie Babies, NFTs, cryptos, housing, apartments, farmland, whatever. Become elite, become unbalanced, become the expert in that thing, and then do that for a decade. Do that for a decade. The key to having a better life is owning assets. Preferably assets that produce monthly cash flow. Preferably assets with 30-year fixed rate debt. Preferably assets that take advantage of inflation. But folks, as Brian Sullivan has said, and I have said for years, there are two economies, asset owners and asset renters. Don't hate the player, hate the game. It is that simple. Now we're going to close this out with Jerome Powell and Mike Simonson. We'll hit Powell first. Jerome Powell had a speech yesterday basically trying to slow roll rate cuts. Rate cuts are still coming. Rate cuts are likely still coming at the next two meetings. Powell is trying to back off the market from 50 in November. He wants the market to go back to 25 and 25. Again, I will stand by my call that I made that same day. We will get another 50 in November. But Jerome Powell is certainly trying to back off of this event or back off of the market thinking 50. They are not in a hurry to cut rates, says Jerome Powell. We need to watch employment, not GDP. That's interesting. Watch employment, not GDP. Okay. The speed of cuts depends on economic data. And then we'll go to Mike Simonson again. Shout out Altos Research. Lower rates, higher demand. Folks, we are starting to see the early signs that rates matter. Pending home sales are up 1%. That's pretty tough late in the year. Last year, this time, we were down 1%. New pendings up 11% year on year. Think about that. Pendings up 11% year on year. Inventory is also up 0.8% to 731,000. I did see a post this morning talking about Nashville. Somebody went in and did research on the 600 listings that disappeared. Guess what? Now, if you were a novice and you saw 600 listings disappear from your MLS or your buy box, you would think somebody bought them. Now, folks, what have I been telling you is coming? I've been telling you expireds, withdrawns are about to explode. And certainly based on this one post from X or Twitter, 83% of the missing 600 were expireds. People want to sell. They don't need to sell. So how many listings in this 731,000 are just that? Fake listings, wish pricing, waiting to expire. Pretty crazy. Home prices are up 2 to 3%, according to Mike Simonson. And finally, mortgage apps are up 5 weeks in a row with the first week or year-on-year growth last Wednesday. We will get a new number tomorrow. So again, folks, we got a lot of stuff going on. Again, my mission is to create the #1 school for real estate investors. I am looking to add value each and every day. We already have 3 accountability groups. It is my vision that over the next 6 to 12 months, we will actually have an accountability group every day of the week. I think having an accountability group every day of the week removes excuses. Your job is not to attend all of them. It is to find the one that fits your schedule. Find the one that you click with the moderator and then show up. Again, one of the things that I am seeing inside school is a lot of you are sleeping on the special thumbnail that says special guest. If you go to the classroom tab and you scroll down, there's a special guest thumbnail. If you click on that, you are going to see an amazing list of interviews and topics that are only available on school. And then the boot camps and all of those other things. So again, folks, we are having a lot of fun. Again, please, in the comments below, I need to know who is planning to come to Vegas and not bought tickets yet. I ask because if I reduce the head count from 400 to 300, I save nearly, let's call it 15 grand. Again, I saw a couple of folks here say they are waiting till November 1st or later. Totally cool. I got you. I noted. I want to see who else plans to come but hasn't bought tickets. This is important. If you could help me save 15 grand or make sure if I do spend 15 grand, we're going to fill up. So again, I just want to know all of that. So again, folks, thank you very much. I see some folks here. I got 3, got 2 more from Stacy. All-Nighter Hider is bringing himself and 2 others. So again, folks, take care. Thank you very much for being here. We will talk tomorrow, 7:30. Bye.